Mic check, mic check. What's up, y'all? Hey, I'm John Sanders. I'm here with you with Limitless Hoops, and again, we're gonna get better with all these answers in here. And it just occurred to me. I'm just giving you the answers. I mean, you don't have to work for it. Even in class, you get to study, of course, but if you don't study and you're trying to cheat your way, you even have to lean your head like that to get the answers. No one just hands you the answers, all right? But I'm handing these answers to you, but it's still hard because it's more than just jotting them down. All right, now that you know the answer, you have to go out there and actually do it. And I speak to the parents about this a lot. And even parents are incapable of most parents are incapable of doing the right answers most of the time. It's a hard thing, all right? Because let's say the answer when someone cuts you off in the middle of the freeway and you're driving, right? And they cut you off and you're like, whoa, dude, and then you're back here. The answer is to not get mad. That's the right answer. I think if you polled the world and you said, what's the right answer in this situation? They would be like, don't get mad. Some people might be like, run them off the road, but they know that's not the right answer. And even though your parents are some of those people that know that the right answer is just to calm down, things might get to them. And being human happens. You know, they call that being human. They never say being human about something good. It's always something bad. But and they will probably like scream at them or like get mad or get like, you know, upset about like their life and let it carry on past that moment. For kids and basketball players, it's the same. You know what the right answer is. I mean, the right answer is simply like, hey, make 500 shots a day. You can do that. It might take you so long, you might be tired or whatever, but that's the right answer, and you know it. All right, it's to at least like run a mile a day. You want some sprints? Sprints are even better. All right, how about 5 to 15 minutes of jump rope a day? You know that's the answer. You know it is. All right, because you're gonna get stronger, you're gonna get faster, you're gonna jump higher, everything like that. And then the last one that we do is ball handling. You know every time like that you get ripped in the game that you could have worked out longer. All right? You know what the right answers are, right? I'm telling you all the right answers. They're in these books. But it's hard. And it's hard. And it's hard. I don't think that my life would have been the same if I never had a coach push me, though. All right, so that's what the coaches' jobs are for. It's because you know the right answer, but it's hard to push yourself. And the people that can push themselves are extra special human beings. And if you're one of them, congratulations, because you are alone on this thing, because everyone else needs a coach, including myself. We just need someone to tell you to keep going, even though you don't feel like going. And that's why next week I got all these printed out. All right, we got a binder. I made it look pretty. All right, but we have all our challenges on these sheets right here. We will be going through every single challenge. There are 64 different challenges, I think. Something like that. I think, yes, 64. And we're going to go through all of them with 5 days. That's like 12 a day with 6 hours. It's a little bit more than 12 for you math geeks out there. But with 6 hours, it's like 2 an hour. So we're spending like 30 minutes on all these things. We won't be able to do the entire thing, of course, because one of them is like grow a bamboo tree. No, we're not going to be able to grow a bamboo tree. It takes like 9 years. But we will talk about it. We will do drills about it. But some of the shorter ones we can do that day. Some of the longer ones we can maybe do like day one of. All right. So that's going to be the entire. This is going to be the entire camp next week. All right. Monday through Friday. Make sure you guys are signed up for it. Make sure that your friends are signed up for it. I think it'll be a great time. All right. I've never quite done the challenge ones before. I've never done that. All right. I've done camps like many other ways. We'll also play since now we're up to about 20 people or so. So we'll play 5-on-5 on 2 different courts. All right. So I will spread the wealth right there. Anyways, if you're here, check in the comment section. I got Teo Trujillo, what's up? And I got Taz, what's poppin', homie? All right, so that's everything that I wanted to talk about before. Let's see what we're doing. We got summer camp coming up next week. Talked about that. The challenges, just talked about that. And our travel. I just signed up officially for the Atlanta tournament because they said that they'll give us some extra players if we need it. So we have at least like, I think 4 for each team. They're going to give us 2 more. And they said it's going to be easy to give you 2 more. So I'm like, okay, dope. Okay, we'll take it. So we will be traveling. Oh, man. It has been tough. All right? It has been tough. I actually spend money out of my own pocket just so you guys can travel. For instance, like it takes, these tournaments cost like $600. I asked for $20 from every person. I could ask for more, but we would get fewer people. And we're barely getting people as it is. Right? So, like, don't take this stuff for granted. All right, this is just my life. This is my dream. This is my dream come true, and I want to make it happen no matter what. So if I'm gonna do all that, I need you guys to step it up. All right? I'm gonna need y'all to like really go at it and not freaking flip out every single time that you're the least bit bothered mentally. All right, some of you guys get mad, some of you guys get sad, some of you guys get quiet, some of you guys just shut down. All right, don't do that stuff. All right, I just need you guys to stay strong, keep going, lose by 1 million if you have to, and then just be like this after the game. Boom, you win. I don't think there are too many times when I take people out of the game for for turnovers or for mistakes, like missing shots. I'm never like, dude, you missed 4 straight shots. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go over there. All right. No, it's always like, all right. It was a turnover, and now you punched him in the face. Well, now you got to come out. All right, turnover. Now you took the ball and just threw it to their feet, and you were just sad. And you put your head down and didn't run back. I mean, it's always mental things that I take you guys out the game for, unless you're like super tired. All right. So can we just play hard because now you don't have subs. Sorry. So you're going to have to do it without me saving you from that pain. And you're going to have to stay in there. And it's like the worst time of your life playing against the best players, okay? And these guys will be good. Last time that we were in Atlanta, we saw some extremely good players. So heads up for that. All right. Our quote of the day is, drum roll please. We got, fear not, live in the now. I am so bad at living in the now. I'm so bad at it. I'm doing Kool-Aid stands and mowing lawns to help me go, and I keep working at my mental. I just got to keep making progress. I'm too passionate. I suppose you can say that. I would rather have you be crazy than not crazy, I suppose. But I'd rather you just be right in the middle over everything. All right. So yeah, sadly, the people who are too passionate have the same outcome as the people who have no passion at all. It's like you wanted to make food, you have food, but you don't know how to cook. So all the food is just there, and you can't eat it because you don't know how to cook. Then there's another person that has the same food, and then they burn the food. They still can't eat it. You can't say, well, they're better because they just have too much fire. Just too much fire. Ha ha. No, like it's still the same thing. You still get left starving. All right. So being too passionate, don't even use that excuse. I know it sounds good, makes you feel better. Don't use it. All right. Anyways, but fear not, live in the now. As I said, I do not live in the now. I live in the future. All right. And just as I just said, like, I don't know which is better, but I know living in the past has its downfalls as well. There's actually positives and negatives for each of those three, living in the past, the present, and the future. I know for me, living in the future, I plan pretty well. I'm a good planner. Right now I'm planning so many things I do get kind of tripped up sometimes. But that's the positive. But the negative is that I get kind of tripped up on the now. Where like my head's in the clouds and I'm not really focused on like what people are saying. Right? The positive for living in the past is that you know where you came from. Right? You're not going to forget like the reason that you started out. That's a great thing. The negatives are that you can't let stuff go. So like when the referee calls a bad call, you just keep thinking about it, and like it's 8 plays later and you haven't played defense one time because you've been arguing to the ref every single time. And the one play, maybe you lost 2 points for your team. The 8 times that you've been arguing to the ref, you lost 16 more points for your team. And you're like, I don't care. I don't care. I'd rather lose the whole thing. And it's like you were winning by 12, dude. You just lost the game because of one call. So that's the negative about the past. The positive about the present is that you're right here, right now, and you can do your best right here, right now, right? The negative about the present, I guess some people do get a little caught up in the present moment where, like, again, like the referee calls a bad call and you're mad now. And you're thinking about now, right? It's the instantaneous, right? So all 3 other positives and negatives, I would say if I had to rate them, I would say the past, keep that away. You need to know where you came from, but like the past does hold you down. And for the future stuff, I think that one is second. I really do. Even though that one's definitely me. Because, I mean, you can plan all you want, but you should like relish in the moment. And then the now people, I do think that one's the best. I do think that one's the best because that's what life's all about. Because you're not the past isn't even here anymore, and the future isn't promised to you. So I do believe that living in the now is the best of those three options. All right, but second place is future, so I'm winning. All right, anyways, fear not, live in the now. That is the quote of the day. You won't anymore? I'm pretty sure I've heard you say those exact words before. Yes. Taz can't control himself, just like the second graders in the back of the car can't control themselves when they're screaming. Ah! All right, it's hard. It's hard. Your mind's small, baby. Your mind. But maybe you might change. Who knows? All right, itinerary. Stuff in the future. Elementary school, we got pick and roll, retreat to pass, jump stop to corner option, jab to 3-option jumper, shots to box outs, Lana's moves, and one-on-one post. Stuff that we did in the past. We just talked about this stuff. Numbered scissor shots, pick and roll slip, 2-ball dribbles, under the chair dribble, curl jumpers, and one-on-one high post flash. To point out two things from both of those, I would say the jump stop to corner option drill, when you sprint in, jump stop, and then either like pass to them or lower the ball and they go back door, that reaction stuff, the read and react stuff, it's huge for basketball. So getting good at this, being able to read like that in the game, if you can cut back door like my man Teo cuts, it's a game changer, because then people have to stay on their heels when they're guarding you. They're getting tired when they're guarding you. They don't like guarding you. You're scoring easy points. You look like a very, very good player to a college coach. So read and react people and be able to do that, especially if you're a point guard. All right. As for the high school stuff, one drill that I wanted to point out, let's go with, I want to say 2-ball dribbles, because if you can dribble the ball with 2 balls, that makes it more and more outside of your mind, where you're not thinking about dribbling. If you can dribble very, very fast, very, very well without thinking about it, now you get to put your mind into the actual game. I think the reason why some point guards are very bad and why they make mistakes is because they're thinking about handling the ball. They're thinking about the defense. And as for me, I'm getting older, right? And it's getting harder because, everyone's getting faster. I'm getting slower. Something's going on. Well, I have to think about the defender now. When I'm thinking about the defender, I can't react to everything else. Before, when I was like really, really quick, I could just dribble the ball and look. I'm not even looking at my defender. If he goes for it, I just react. I'm just sprinting around him. So I can run around him and then get back in front of him. Just whatever, right? So I'm thinking about where's that cut? Where's that ball going to go? And the ball is kind of as they say, on a string, right? So that's what 2-ball dribbling does for you. So make sure that you do it. As for the drills today, we got bank shots. We're going to do 2 moves off this, when we're dribbling in and going in and out to push dribble to jump shot. And then another one where we go baseline, we fake the spin, and then we pull up for a fadeaway bank shot, just so we can learn how to use the backboard. Remember, when you shoot a fadeaway, when you shoot a fadeaway, make sure that you shoot with the arc. But when you shoot any shot, for a bank shot especially, make sure that you still maintain the arc, and the ball shouldn't hit the backboard until it's on its way down. All right. Then we got 0, 1, 2, 4 touch middle. And we got pick and roll, split to drive. When you do pick and roll, split to drive, that's if they overshow. And there is this little sliver of an inside spot. You shouldn't take that fool's gold so often, but you can take it this time. All right. You're going to go over the pick and roll. And if you see that spot, you have the ball to your knee, and your knee leads you through. All right, and you follow it like that. And after you bounce the ball, you switch hands, switch legs, and then push out for your last 2 steps. It's a very hard move, but we're going to try it. But again, it's usually fool's gold to go in between 2 people like that. Last 3, you got heads, tails. And heads, tails is I'll flip a coin. You either run that way or that way. You got to chase the person. All right. Pretty quick game, but it's about that reaction thing again that I was talking about right here on the corner option, where you hear something, you see something, whatever, and you have to react to it. For rebounds, for loose balls, for defense, you have to react to it. Reaction is a huge part about basketball. You have to get faster reactions. This drill allows us to do that. So for heads, tails, I might do heads, tails several times in practice today. Several times. It'll be like our in-between drill, I think. Yeah, I like that a lot. So we're going to do heads, tails a few times so we can learn how to react. So I think that is that important. All right. Then we got chair dips and knee jumps. If you want to see some drills, I got the drills right here, especially the ones that I just talked over really quickly, so you can see those real quick. First one. Bank shot is right here. All right. So again, we can do any move off a bank shot, but again, you want to get to your spot, rise up quickly, and shoot a bank shot. Make sure that you drive fast. Drive from the correct spot. Step 1, 2, don't hop. All right. Those are all bank shots. None of them are really going in. When you shoot a bank shot, you're able to not get blocked because you can shoot from two different angles. So if they're here to block you, they won't be there. If they're there, they're not here. So being able to shoot a bank shot allows the smaller players to shoot, allows the savvier players to make shots. All right. Next one is 0, 1, 2, 4 touch middle. Again, you start from the middle. I need those sprints to be a lot faster than that. You can jog back but sprint forward. That was a good one for Noah. That was a decent one for a while. It's a bad one right there. Again, you can jog back but sprint forward. You want to make it like a game. But anytime that you miss a shot, it's worth 1 point. If you make a shot, it's worth 2 points. If you shoot a 3-pointer, it's worth 0 points if you miss it, 4 points if you make it. So you're gambling, learning how to be clutch. And the game's to like 32 or whatever I say it is. All right. Next one. Chair dips. All right, just getting stronger. I'm in a chair right now. Let me add some dips real quick. Oh man. Ah, jeez. Oh my God, this hurts. All right, yo, that helps your shooting shot. All right, that helps like your arm for shooting right there. I mean, all this muscle right there. That's what you're getting at. Now, if you can't do it, you can put your feet closer in, right, to do it easier. But we're gonna do these a lot as well. All right, and the last one that I'll show you. Knee jumps. Boom, jump. Don't pause in between them. You're gonna jump twice. Hit. Faster than that. Hit. Boom, jump. That's pretty deep. All right, reach with 2 hands as high as you can. That was a good one right there. There we go. All right, there. It's opposite for me. But yes. All right, great job. Anyone posting? Nope, we're not doing homework yet. Doing movie time. Oh, okay. We'll do homework after this. All right. This is one of my favorite movies. This movie is called The Natural. Now, of course, it's all about people like me who are just naturally good at the game. You know what I'm saying? Okay, it's not like me. All right, but this guy, all right, this is they did such a good job making this movie. Like, you know how like Sandlot is like this like magical movie, like Field of Dreams is this magical movie. They do that and they hit on like this like myth. And they make this guy into a myth so well because at the beginning of the movie, he's a pitcher and he's at a fair, and there's this guy named I think that they called him Bambino or something like that, but it's basically Babe Ruth. And everyone's like, oh, Babe Ruth's the best batter of all time. And he goes, well, this guy's one of the top pitchers. And he starts like throwing at this fair and like wins some prizes. And they're like, I bet you can't strike out the Babe or Bambino, whatever they called him. And he struck him out in 3 pitches. And it was like the start of this legend, right? But something happened to him. I won't give up too much of the movie. And he had to be sidelined from baseball for like, I don't know, like 20 years. So like he like missed his whole career. And then the movie starts off with him joining again. He can't be a pitcher because he's too old, but he's now a batter. And because he's such a natural, he can also hit home runs. And like no one knows of him. He's like in this like AAA team, and he like gets caught up to like the pros, and he just like blasts the home run and like breaks this clock like this first at bat. Or no, this first at bat he breaks the ball. Like the ball comes unraveled. So he's just like this like legendary myth of a man. And like they're like, where have you been? Like where did you come from? Like how are you so old and like no one has ever heard of you? And he goes, I got caught up. All right, but his excuse was like amazing, but I won't tell you all that. But the movie itself, man, is amazing. My favorite scene in this movie. Let me see. If I'm mentally weak, then I should be able to trick myself. That's a good point. All right. Well, this next scene that I was talking about goes along with that. All right, my favorite scene in the movie. I'm not giving up anything by telling you this. The owner of the team, and I mentioned this last year, I mentioned every year that I talk about this movie. The owner of the team is this like bad guy, right? And like he goes inside the guy's office and all the lights are off. And he's like, why are you sitting in the dark? He goes, as a kid, I feared the dark. And as an adult, I like to show myself that I've conquered that fear by like surrounding myself in the dark. And while he was a bad character, a bad man in the movie, and this guy actually flipped the lights back on for him, like just to make him mad. But when I was a kid, I heard that and I was like, yo, I like that. I like that a lot. Which is why, like, the biggest fear in my life, as you guys know, is talking. And I make myself do it all the time. And I do that because I was so afraid of it, right? And I just like throw myself in there. In college, anytime that I was too scared to talk to like a girl, I forced myself to do it. Because I got obsessed with overcoming my fears. And when you do that, it's like you almost like seek failure. And if you do that, you're not afraid to shoot 500 shots a day, to do jump rope for 5 minutes or whatever. Because the reason why people don't do that is because the NBA isn't guaranteed, which means they're scared of wasting their time. They're scared of wasting they have a fear of wasting their life away. It literally scares them. And that's why they won't work hard. So when you're working hard, especially if you're like a short guy or like unathletic or whatever, you are looking fear straight in the face and you're like, let's roll. I mean, out of all the monsters in life, you went up to the biggest one and you were like, hey, yo, me and you, dog, me and you, let's dance, right? And I don't mean dance, I mean dance with them fists, you know what I'm saying? All right? So that's what this movie means to me. And when I was younger, I mean, he wrote Wonder Boy on his bat. I wrote Wonder Boy on my basketball. With the lightning strike too, even though it wasn't struck by lightning, or maybe the leather was struck by lightning, like the cow that made the. Okay, no, but yeah, and I would take like a little like like wrapping paper comes like with like this like long like box sort of thing, right? I would take it once the wrapping paper was done, and I would pretend to bat, left-handed too, even though I'm not left-handed, and I would swing just like this guy swung, and I pretend like I broke the lights, and I would run around the house. I love this movie so much. So with that said, 50 stars out of 50 for this movie. Let's check the homework. Again, that movie was called The Natural. All right, we got jump rope, scissor wrap dribbles from Taz, pop-up pushes from Taz. Are you getting stronger with those? Split jumps, Joey's jump rope, Joey's split jumps, triple cross, hurdles. I mean, they are working today on that household. Dang, knee jumps, all those things. You probably even pushed some people out of the top 10. Nice job, everybody. I like it. Let's check the story of the day. Watch it. Timing, perseverance, and 10 years of trying really hard will eventually make you look like an overnight success. Alright, so that's like kind of like a joke. It goes timing, perseverance, and 10 years of trying really hard will make you look like an overnight success, or eventually. All right, timing. Yeah, you need the right kind of timing. You need to meet the right kind of coach. You need the right kind of the right kind of recruits watching you, right? Perseverance, like you keep going, you're strong, right? And everyone thinks that's all that it takes. But then you slip in trying your hardest for 10 freaking years. And then the saddest part about all that, I mean, because, it's great what you did, right? Working for 10 years, your hardest. Once you get there, people will believe that you're naturally good. They're going to be like, oh, of course you're good. God just made you good. And you're going to be like, what? All the work I put in gets dwindled down to being an overnight success. And that's how that is, man. It's a weird concept. All right. Sorry, Teo. We had 14 all together. Pushed them all down. Plus 500 shots. I saw your shots, man. You need to make sure that you're shooting the ball well. All right. Hold that follow through and shoot the ball well. Don't be just jacking up any shots. But great job shooting those shots. If you're going to go for 500 makes next time, you can do it. I did mine in stints. I did mine in the morning and did my second half at night. But yeah, shooting shots for the summer, man, it's huge. All right, let's check the trivia question today. Yeah. All right, what is the trivia question all about? I got all these videos that you guys can be watching on the History of Hoops page, but you can watch them all. And let's see who knows the trivia question today. We got Teo, Kieran, and Caleb in the lead. 1-1-1, duking it out, baby. Will Taz get on the board? We don't know. This question is, It's kind of hard. I would say it's pretty easy. I would say all you guys know this answer. All you guys know this answer. Because the Miami Heat were an 8th seed this year, and they made it to the NBA Finals. Who's the only other team to be an 8th seed to make it to the NBA Finals? That's the question. That's the question. Who's the only other team besides the Miami Heat to be an 8th seed and to make the NBA Finals? Again, I know you guys have heard it lately because they've talked about it forever. Probably seen some videos on it now too because it's only happened one other time. So they keep mentioning this. Who's the only other 8th seed to make the NBA Finals? They did lose, by the way. I won't say who they lost to, because that might give up the answer. But who's the only other 8th seed to ever make an NBA Finals? What team is it? There's 30 teams in the NBA. Which one of the 30? It might be an old team, too. So, I mean, how many teams have there been? How many total teams have there been in the NBA? I'm guessing like 60, 50, something like that. 55. I wonder. I'm going to type that in for myself while you guys try to guess this. How many total teams in NBA history? Okay. Wait. Teo got the answer. Supersonics? Nice. Supersonic? Nah, not Supersonics. Supersonics just beat the Nuggets the first round. Then they lost. It was the Knicks, the New York Knickerbockers. I'm not saying a bad word. I'm saying Knickerbockers. That is their full name. And Teo got it right. Congratulations, Teo. You are now at 2 points. Good job, boy. What? All right. But yeah, how many teams total have played throughout the history of the NBA? I could not find the answer. Wait, franchise history, basketball list of NBA teams, origins and history of every team. Let's see the stats. Oh my goodness. Okay. It's like a lot. Anyway, I don't know. I got to move on to the last thing. And the last thing we're talking about is the NBA Finals because that's what's going on tonight. All right, we got the NBA Finals. We also have a workout for ourselves. Come to our workout because we got to keep working. But the NBA Finals, man, what went wrong for the Heat in Game 3 and how they can fix it? That's like the tamest article that I've seen. I love how these articles are going back and forth. When the Nuggets won the first game, they were like, "This is over. This Heat team is horrible, blah, blah, blah." And then the Heat won the second game, and they were like, "What's wrong with Joker? They figured him out. This is the worst team in the world, the Nuggets." And it was like, what? And then the Heat won, and then for 2 days we're just like, then the Nuggets won. For 2 days we're like, the Heat have no chance. It's like, haven't you guys ever seen a series? Like, dude, they're just trying to get clicks. Don't buy into that stuff. I think these are two very good teams, and both of them have a good chance to win. I do believe that the Nuggets are the better of the two teams, but I don't think it's like 50 points better. I just jinxed them. Did I just jinx the Heat? They're going to lose by 50? I don't know. But no, like these are formidable teams. They can hit shots. They're at the Heat place. I mean, these narratives going back and forth, they're just to get clicked. It's so silly. Anyways, but I'm so going to steal that. Every game that you guys play, I'm going to be like, that's the worst I've ever seen you do. If you win, I'll be like, you're the greatest players of all time. Anyways, I'll see you guys tonight. I'm driving kids to the workout. Don't forget that the quote of the day, you guys, is fear not, live in the now. That's a 6-word quote of the day. You got to do 6, 12, or 18 push-ups. All right, and I think that's it. Cue my music? Yeah. Play some music so I can get out of here. Peace, y'all.